Yo! So, what's up, guys? In the last video, I talked about how I construct my workout plans and all that kind of stuff, and how you can do this to your own, and what you should be taking care of, and what you should be looking forward into it, and how you should do your own workout plan, how you should construct it. So, in today's video, I want to talk about more about my training philosophy. So, how I train, what I do in a training, about intensity and all that kind of stuff, which is a little bit different than I think others, or maybe not completely different, but that's okay. So, as I mentioned before in the last video, I always construct my workouts with with three exercises, which is all the three is in a different rep range. So the first exercise is in the 5 to 8 rep range, which is a lower rep range, which means I'm going heavier weight and lower reps. And I'm doing this because I want to build my strength. And I'm usually doing this with compound exercises. So, for example, bench press, squat, overhead press, and I'm doing it with lat pull downs and heavy rows, which are not compound exercises, but you can go heavy on them. And why I'm not doing pull-ups or deadlifts for back, which are compound exercises. For first, I not like pull-ups, so I don't like pull-ups. And deadlifts, I love it, but actually it's pretty dangerous. It can cause I wanna get back into it because I did it for a long time and I love it. I just can't do conventional. My lower back can't stand the pain, or I don't know. If I go heavy for more than 3 plates, my lower back can't stand it, so I couldn't pull. And with sumo, the problem was before that my abductor, or I don't know, maybe not wasn't strong enough to stand the sumo stance. And yeah, so it was painful too. And I switched to lat pull downs and heavy rows. And I love lat pull downs. When I first started, I couldn't really contract my back and do the lat pull downs correctly, and didn't did it. So I did not do the lat pull downs or all kinds of pull downs. I just did rows, which are good, but pull downs gives the wide width of the back. So I recommend you do that. And so with pull downs and with rows, I did 6 to 8 rep range, and with the squat and bench and overhead press, I go with the 5-ish rep range. Maybe squat, sometimes I go higher, or sometimes I go lower with the reps, how I feel. Bench press, sometimes I go for a 1 rep max to see where I am, and I have a goal and I wanna hit it, and I'm just trying to get in it and then after drop it. So let's talk about the things that how I do it. So these are heavy exercises, so I go super heavy on it. I usually uh, almost failure, so like RPE 10. If you love this kind of stuff, I'm not a huge fan of RPE, but this is like an RPE 10, so I don't leave reps in the tank. And I know this is the first exercise and you should be conserving more energy, but I don't fucking care. So I did the 5 set of these compound exercises and I go as fucking heavy as I can. And that's all I matter for me. Go heavy on these exercises. And if I feel like it, I drop at the last set or do a rest pause. In back, I usually do a drop set. With right pull downs, I always do a drop set, 1 or 2 drop sets, and drop sets. So it's depends on how I feel, but I usually drop like 20%, 25 maybe, 2 times, and then I rest pause. So did the last set with the 50% of the training weight or the full weight, and wait 20 seconds maybe, and do another 5 to 10 reps, as much you can do. And yeah, so go fucking heavy. And so the next type of exercises are more like isolation work. So it's like 8 to 12 rep range, which is not the isolation work, but let's say it. And I going super heavy on this too, but I'm lowering the weight and focusing on form and focusing on that, put as much weight as I can handle. So I put as many weight as my form not decreasing. So if my form is perfect and I can do 12 in all 4 sets or 3, no matter how much, I up the weight. But the form has to be on point. But not every time, in my opinion, in my training, I am able to, or I am willing to sacrifice a little bit of form at the last sets and the last reps, because I think you have to push yourself. And of course, it's not good to sacrifice a form, but I'm not saying I'm going to swing like 90 degrees or, so I'm not going to swing it or any kind of stuff. I just use a little bit of help from myself. And when I'm cheat or when I'm not doing the correct form, I usually try to make as slow as possible the negative. So for example, if I do a 2-second negative or a 3-second negative in every reps, in the last rep where I failed and did not do the correct form, I'm going to cheat it up and do a 5-second down, or maybe 6, or as much as I can, and hold for a sec at the top. Or yeah, so this is my training philosophy with this kind of stuff. And with the last rep range, which is 12 to 20, because I sometimes go over to 15, because I don't want to put more weight on it, because my form wasn't the best in the last few reps, or maybe at this kind of rep range I am sometimes using technical drop sets. So for example, what I mean, so you're doing row push downs and you push out at the end, and the technical drop set is, for me at least, I'm not pushing out, I'm just pushing down, which is still working your triceps. You just don't contract it outwards, and that don't engaging another head of your triceps, contracting. You just push it down, which is still contracting your triceps. And I just do it in the last reps, last 4 or 5 reps, to get out everything from my muscles. And I always drop the last exercise, last set of the last exercise, sorry, because I wanna feel it burn, and not just burn, I just wanna destroy it at the end, because I am wanna crush it. I wanna burn it so hard to just be done the muscle for the 3 days I'm usually training. So I 2 times a week, of course, and yeah, so just fucking crush it. So the last thing, these what I said was advanced tactics. So more intermediate advanced lifters who are closer to their genetic limits. If you are starting out, you should be not doing drop sets, or at least not that often, not doing pose reps, not doing cheat reps in any time. So if you are in the workouts for like 1 or 2 years, you should be starting out with few drop sets here and there, and a few cheat reps, and the first few cheat reps should be with someone's help, because you have to know how much they help, or actually how they help to you, to know how you can help for yourself. And the last thing is how much or how many times you should go to failure. And in my opinion, uh, at least in one, at least one set in every exercise or in every workout for every muscle group, you have to go to failure. And I always, I am almost every set I'm going to failure because I like it. I just like to suffer, which is not the best, but I like it this way. So that's my plan. This is how I train. And if you liked and found it helpful, please leave a like, comment down below what you want to see, what you are curious about, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Subscribe, hit the bell. Bye.